we need to get out of here.
Got him.
Thanks for saving me from the killer wasp that we created. Why did we create a killer wasp, by the way?
Well, I guess the short deadlines forced us to take a more experimental approach.
I think we need to call the police regarding the bodies.
I'm not sure about that. What if we get all the blame? Our lives would basically be over then.
Well, I think it doesn't matter, because the police will find the bodies eventually, and the longer we hide them, the more blame we might receive.
Don't you see it? It doesn't matter if we get any more blame because we would get a lot of blame anyway, and I'd rather be fully blamed than half blamed. But my idea here is to find a solution so that we don't get any blame at all.
But how can we hide the bodies? These aren't just random people, they're some of the world's most respected scientists. People will find out about it unless we eliminate everyone.
Interesting. I think I have an idea. As Earth's ecological woes deepened, a group of scientists and researchers proposed a radical solution to address the mounting pollination crisis: the creation of genetically modified wasps designed to serve as pollinators. This audacious idea garnered both excitement and trepidation within the scientific community and beyond. With the plight of bees capturing headlines and public concern, the concept of pollinator wasps emerged as a potential lifeline for global food production. The plan was to leverage advanced genetic engineering techniques to modify the behavior and traits of wasps, transforming them into surrogate pollinators for crops. The idea seemed promising on paper. Wasps, like bees, were already natural pollinators, and altering their genetic makeup could theoretically ensure the continuity of essential pollination services. As laboratories buzzed with activity, scientists worked meticulously to engineer these new pollinator wasps. They targeted specific genetic markers associated with pollination behavior and introduced them into wasp populations. The modified genes were carefully selected to enhance pollination efficiency and minimize aggressive tendencies. In controlled environments, initial trials appeared promising, hinting at a potential solution to the pollination crisis that had been looming over global agriculture. However, the controversial nature of this solution quickly became apparent. Ethical concerns centered around the wisdom of altering the genetic makeup of one species to address the consequences of human actions. Environmental organizations, ethicists, and many members of the public questioned the potential unintended consequences of releasing genetically modified organisms into ecosystems. After all, previous examples of genetic manipulation, such as the introduction of non-native species to control pests, had often led to unanticipated ecological disruptions. Debates raged in academic circles, governmental bodies, and public forums. Advocates argued that the urgency of the pollination crisis necessitated bold action, and that the potential benefits of the pollinator wasps outweighed the risks. Opponents, on the other hand, raised concerns about the lack of understanding of complex ecosystem dynamics, the potential for unintended gene flow, and the unforeseen impacts on non-target species. As the discussions intensified, regulatory bodies struggled to navigate the uncharted territory of genetically modified pollinators. The push for transparency and comprehensive risk assessments clashed with the rapid pace at which the crisis was escalating. Amidst the turmoil, some voices cautioned against the potential arrogance of assuming that humanity could fully comprehend and control the intricate web of interactions within ecosystems. In the midst of this polarized environment, the fate of the pollinator wasps hung in the balance. The scientific community stood on the precipice of an unprecedented experiment that could either provide a lifeline for ecosystems or tip them into further turmoil. The stage was set for an outcome that would redefine humanity's relationship with nature and its responsibilities as stewards of the planet. Just as scientists were about to release the genetically modified pollinator wasps into ecosystems, they stumbled upon a hidden trait within the modified insect's genetics. This hidden trait, which lay dormant until triggered by certain conditions, turned out to be a mechanism that caused the wasps to reproduce rapidly and uncontrollably. Little did they know, the release of these wasps would inadvertently activate this trait, setting off a chain of events that nobody could have predicted.
Wait. What? Are you serious? We can't do that.
Yes, we can.